Welcome to the deepest zone of the K-pop industry, a world where talent is no longer just a number on the charts, but an asset worth trillions of rupiah capable of shaking up the global stock market. Have you ever imagined that, behind the sharp choreography and addictive beats of noise music, there are cold, secretive roundtable negotiations? We're talking about Stray Kids, the group that just secured their future with JYP Entertainment in a deal that's being touted as one of the most fantastic golden contracts of this generation. But the question is, do all the members get the same amount? Amidst their dominance on global stages like Lollapalooza and the Met Gala, who really has the most leverage in the eyes of investors? Is it the visionary leader or the visuals who become the face of Parisian luxury brands? Who unexpectedly shot from underrated to a major money-making machine? Prepare yourselves, because today, we're going to dig through piles of imaginary documents and market data to reveal who the real king of financial affairs is. Is your bias at the top of the list, or has it been overtaken by the most silent member? Let's get into this countdown full of surprises. Number 8. IN. The maknae's golden evolution beyond the innocence. Who would have thought that the youngest member, once known for his adorable braces, has now transformed into one of the most stable assets in Stray Kids' financial portfolio? IN, also known as Yang Jeongin, ranks 8th not because he lacks value, but because his journey as an individual brand has just reached a crucial boiling point. In the entertainment industry narrative, the maknae position is often considered a long-term investment, and IN is the very definition of a successful investment. His contract reflects remarkable organic growth, from a teenager struggling on survival shows to a visually appealing figure in the world of fashion and editorial magazines. A crucial detail to highlight is how IN has successfully cultivated the great growth image that is highly favored by local and international brands targeting the Gen Z market. The fact that he is the most disciplined member in maintaining his public image makes him both a safe and profitable choice for investors. Just imagine, at such a young age, he already has the bargaining power to negotiate a much larger profit share than he did at his debut. IN's contract includes a guarantee of ever-increasing individual promotions, demonstrating that JYP doesn't want to lose this asset with such solid fan loyalty. The emotional reflection of this point is seeing how a boy from Busan can stand firm, taking control of his own economic value amidst the harsh industry of Seoul. He is no longer just an accessory. He is the foundation of the group's future, whose value continues to climb with every runway walk or solo release. The question is, how far will this maknae surpass his older brothers in the future if his growth trend remains this fantastic? We are witnessing the beginning of a small empire built by a sweet smile, but full of business strategy behind it. Let's appreciate IN's dedication, proving that being last in age doesn't mean being last in economic value. This is a victory for silent but deadly hard work. Number 7. Seungmin, the vocal powerhouse, the silent market disruptor. Don't be fooled by his calm, polite demeanor and the appearance of the ideal next-door neighbor. Behind the microphone, Kim Seungmin is a negotiator with considerable value. His 7th place on this list of highest-paid contracts is a testament to the power of vocal branding, often underestimated by the general public, but highly revered by stakeholders. In the modern K-pop industry, stable vocal abilities are not just about aesthetics, but also about the long-term sustainability of a brand. Seungmin is more than just a singer. He is the guarantee of quality that gives Stray Kids' discography weight in the eyes of music critics worldwide. His new contract reflects a significant increase driven by high demand for solo projects, from chart-topping Korean drama soundtracks, OSTs, to his participation in various prestigious music content. A rarely discussed fact is Seungmin's highly loyal fan base and strong purchasing power in the domestic markets of South Korea and Japan, two markets that form the financial backbone of JYP Entertainment. Investors see Seungmin as a low-risk, consistently profitable investment. His contract negotiations undoubtedly involved lengthy discussions about vocal royalties and performance copyrights, as his voice is the group's melodic identity. Emotionally, we see the journey of a young perfectionist who spent thousands of hours in the practice room for the perfect note. And now, that perfectionism is being rewarded with a substantial contract. He proves that, in today's fast-paced, auto-tune-filled music scene, authenticity still carries a high price tag. The background details surrounding his clean image from minimalist lifestyle brands also add to his financial leverage. Seungmin is proof that being organized and focused can yield incredible economic power. If his voice can soothe millions of hearts, then the contract figure is surely enough to make industry leaders smile. But will Seungmin's stability be able to withstand the onslaught of popularity from the other members, who possess explosive power in the global fashion scene? This is a battle between pure vocal quality and provocative visual appeal. Prepare yourself to see how the next ranking will start to enter the realm of increasingly absurd numbers. Number 6. Han, the ace of all trades, the royalties giant. Coming in 6th place, we meet a figure often referred to as the hilarious, the quokka, but in the business world, he's a highly intelligent predator. Han Ji-sung isn't just a member who sings, dances, and raps. He's one of the main engines behind Stray Kids' production, giving him a unique bargaining position in his contract. Unlike other members who might rely on modeling or brand ambassadorship contracts, Han's economic value is firmly locked into the royalty and copyright clauses as part of 3 Racha. Imagine, every time a Stray Kids song is streamed on Spotify, every album sold, and every concert held around the world, Han's coffers continue to flow non-stop. The real detail we must understand is that Han's contract reflects JYP's recognition of his status as a full ace. The company knows full well that losing Han means losing one of the most prolific creative minds in the industry. The narrative of his contract isn't just about a monthly salary, but also about intellectual property, the value of which continues to soar as the group's popularity explodes in the United States and Europe. Reflectively, this is a triumph for artists who have worked their way up from nothing in cramped basement studios to multi-million-dollar deals. Han is the type of member who may not be seen on the red carpets of luxury fashion brands every week, but he is the one who pays the bills with his boundless creativity. Being one of the youngest members of the Korea Music Copyright Association, KOMCA, with hundreds of registered songs gives him incredible negotiating power. He could have asked for a much higher profit share percentage due to his vital role in the group's survival. The atmosphere during Han's contract discussions was undoubtedly one of respect. He is an irreplaceable asset. Emotionally, we see a young man who once struggled with social anxiety, now standing strong as one of the strongest financial pillars in the K-pop industry. The value of his contract is proof that raw talent and hard work behind the scenes are worth as much, if not more, than mere popularity. However, the big question arises. If this musical genius is in 6th place, what kind of financial monster awaits us in the top 5? Will those with a global visual reach be able to surpass the royalty power of this genius producer? Brace yourselves, because after this, the numbers are going to start feeling like science fiction come true. Number 5. Changbin, the dark horse of wealth, the production titan. Never underestimate this man who embodies the Dwaeki principle, because behind his solid muscles and thunderous rap, Seo Changbin is one of the most powerful players in JYP Entertainment's financial ecosystem. Ranked 5th, Changbin is no longer just the member who brings a dark tone to Stray Kids' music, but rather an intellectual mastermind whose contract is filled with exclusive clauses related to music production. It's important to know that Changbin's contract isn't just about his stage presence, but also about his strategic role as a key pillar of 3 Racha, defining the group's sonic identity. A truly astonishing detail is how his latest contract includes a highly progressive royalty distribution, considering his contribution to creating hit songs that have topped the Billboard charts. The industry knows that without Changbin's signature dark rap and song structure, Stray Kids wouldn't have the same strong soul they have today. Furthermore, Changbin's appeal to international sports and health brands is starting to have a significant impact on the numbers on his contract. He embodies healthy, modern masculinity, making him a prime target for the highly lucrative lifestyle market. Emotional reflection on this point leads us to the realization that Changbin is the very definition of a foundation builder. He may not always be the one most highlighted by the flashes of Parisian fashion cameras, but he is the one who holds the key to the group's creative treasure trove. The atmosphere of his contract negotiations must be intense, as the company is well aware that Changbin holds the bargaining power of a future executive producer. Just imagine, every drumbeat and every aggressive lyric you hear is a financial asset that continues to work for him even while he sleeps. This isn't about an idol's salary anymore. It's about the financial independence of a music mogul. Emotionally, seeing Changbin in this position sends a powerful message that technical expertise and behind-the-scenes consistency are invaluable currencies. However, the biggest challenge remains. Can this sheer production value compete with the visual explosiveness of the Big Four, as we'll discuss next? We're about to enter a realm where a single Instagram post can be worth a mansion. Are you ready to see who makes it to the top 4 with numbers that will stop your heart for a moment? Brace yourself, because after this, the narrative will turn into a real battle of global titans. Number 4. Lee Know, the dance leader's strategic empire, the visual power broker. We've officially entered the realm of the Big Four, where the numbers on a contract are no longer just compensation, but rather a statement of power in the global entertainment industry. Lee Know, also known as Lee Min-ho, stands firmly in 4th place with a contract value that would leave anyone stunned. Why? Because Lee Know embodies a rare blend of high-level technical discipline as a dance leader and highly commercial visual appeal. A real detail that's often overlooked is how Lee Know's contract encompasses his incredible reach in the Japanese market, the 2nd largest music market in the world. There, Lee Know isn't just an idol, he's a phenomenon. Every piece of merchandise, every concert ticket, and every advertising campaign he's involved with sells out within seconds. A particularly interesting background fact is his involvement in national television programs, which drastically boosted his individual brand awareness, giving him immense bargaining power when it comes to contract renewals. JYP Entertainment is well aware that Lee Know is the anchor who keeps the group's performance standards at the highest level, and they are willing to pay a very high price to ensure his loyalty. His contract is filled with clauses regarding solo activities in variety and modeling, which are now branching out into high-end fashion. Reflectively, this is the story of a backup dancer who once stood in the shadows of major artists, but now has a financial value far beyond industry standards. Lee Know proves that a keen eye and precision of movement can be transformed into a highly lucrative financial asset. The emotion that overflows when we realize that his dedication to the smallest details has brought him to the top of the financial food chain is truly inspiring. But hold your breath, because if Lee Know's value is this high, what happens to the top 3? We are about to enter a zone where these members are no longer just artists, but faces of the world, whose single smile is worth as much as the budget to build a skyscraper. Who will sit on the bronze throne? The answer may change the way you view your idols forever. Number 3. Felix, the deep voice phenomenon, the global luxury icon. Welcome to the Podium Zone, where we discuss a figure who has transcended human boundaries in terms of global commercial appeal. Felix, the owner of a deep bass voice capable of shaking the foundations of the industry, rightfully ranks 3rd on this list of golden contracts. Why has Felix's contract exploded to such an almost unbelievable level? The answer is simple yet incredibly prestigious. Louis Vuitton. Felix isn't just a K-pop idol, he's a global ambassador whose mere presence at Paris Fashion Week can generate millions of dollars in earned media value, EMV, in a single night. A truly astonishing detail is how Felix's contract with JYP now includes a special clause that regulates the synchronization of the group's schedule and its luxury commitments with major global brands. The background facts reveal that Felix possesses an incredibly unique market power. His angelic face and demonic voice make him a highly sought-after visual commodity for renowned photographers and international fashion magazine editors. Behind the scenes, Felix's contract negotiations were undoubtedly complex, involving a third party from the high-end fashion industry seeking to secure exclusive rights to his image. Reflectively, Felix is living proof that unique characteristics, something once considered distinctive, are now the most valuable financial assets. He's brought Stray Kids to the covers of magazines that many other idols could only dream of. The atmosphere of his contract depicts a star with the power to drive global trends with just one Instagram post. Emotionally, we see a young man from Australia who was eliminated from a survival show, nearly losing his dream, but now stands as one of the most valuable people in the global music industry. His contract is a form of total redemption for all the tears he's shed in the past. But if Felix, in all his Parisian luxury, comes in third, who can surpass him in the top two? Is it an unwavering leader, or is it a visual presence that has become an undeniable icon of modern pop culture? Prepare yourself for the final two rankings that will make the previous numbers look like mere pocket change. Number 2. Bangchan, the mastermind, the architect of the empire. Hold your breath, because we've just landed on the highly prestigious runner-up spot, where power and money collide under one name, Bangchan. If you think a leader's contract is just about leading the way on stage, you're sorely mistaken. Bangchan is the heart, brains, and driving force behind Stray Kids' entire operation, and his contract figures reflect that VVIP status. The real detail we need to unpack is his status as the main producer, wielding control over nearly the entire group's discography. In the music business, ownership of copyrights and creative control are the keys to true wealth, and Bangchan's contract is a masterpiece of negotiation, granting him royalties far exceeding industry standards. The background facts show that JYP Entertainment views Bangchan not just as an artist, but as a strategic partner. He's the one who brings the members together, who spends sleepless nights in the Chan's Room studio, and who ensures the company's vision is perfectly conveyed. Imagine the atmosphere in the meeting room when this contract was signed. There was a deep sense of respect because the company knew that without Bangchan's leadership and business acumen, Stray Kids would never have become the global force they are today. Reflectively, this is the story of a trainee who waited 7 years in uncertainty, watching his friends debut before him, yet persevered until he could build his own empire. His contract wasn't just about the amount of money deposited into his account, but about absolute trust and autonomy to determine his musical future. It's a gut-wrenching experience to realize that every drop of sweat during his trainee years has now been converted into a contract that guarantees his future as one of South Korea's most influential music tycoons. He is the group's protector, and his economic value is the shield that ensures Stray Kids remains standing tall at the top of the world. But if the architect who built this entire building comes in second, who is the one who has the upper hand? Who wields such bargaining power that the world stops spinning just to watch him walk? This is the pinnacle of pinnacles, and his name is sure to make you scream hysterically. Number 1. Hyunjin, the Prince of Versailles, the absolute global face. This is the pinnacle of all pinnacles, the highest throne occupied by a figure who has transformed from mere idol to untouchable global pop culture icon. Hyunjin takes first place with a contract value that surpasses conventional market logic, and the reason behind it is a phenomenon called the Hyunjin effect. Why is his contract so fantastic? We're talking about the main face of the legendary luxury brand, Versace, whom Donatella Versace herself called her eternal muse. The real detail we must understand is that Hyunjin's contract includes commercial value involving astronomical figures from global campaigns splashed across billboards in major cities around the world, from Milan to New York to Tokyo. In the history of JYP Entertainment, there has rarely been a single individual who has captured the attention of the high-end fashion and art market as strongly as Hyunjin. Background facts show that every time Hyunjin appears at a public event, the earned media value, EMV, generated can reach tens of millions of dollars in a matter of hours, a force that gives him almost absolute bargaining power when sitting at the contract negotiating table. The atmosphere of his contract negotiations must have felt like a meeting between heads of state, highly confidential, highly exclusive, and filled with extremely strict image protection clauses. Reflectively, This is a major victory for an artist who once doubted his own abilities and faced a storm of immense trials, only to emerge tenfold stronger. Hyunjin has proven that visuals combined with killer dancing talent and a unique artistic aura are the most valuable currency in this digital age. Emotionally, seeing him stand at number 1 is not just about wealth, but about the global recognition that he is an invaluable asset. He is no longer just a member of a K-pop group, he is a brand in itself. With a contract figure capable of shaking up the industry, Hyunjin has set a new standard for what is known as a global superstar. However, one thing is for sure, even though he is at the top of his financial ladder, his heart is still tied to his 7 brothers and stray kids, proving that no amount of money can buy the family bond they have. While we've just dissected contract figures based on individual influence, there's one industry fact that's far more valuable: collective power. Despite the disparity in contract figures, Stray Kids remains one of the groups with the fairest and most transparent profit-sharing system. Whether Hyunjin's success in fashion or Bangchan's success in production ultimately translates back to strengthening the Stray Kids collective brand. This is what keeps them going, not because of who's the richest, but because they know that an 8 is far more powerful than a 1. JYP's strategy of letting each member explore their own economic potential is a stroke of genius, ensuring each member feels valued for their unique contributions while remaining bound by a shared vision. That was the Stray Kids member contract rankings, full of surprises and impressive numbers. The K-pop world is indeed full of behind-the-scenes secrets, but one thing that's transparent is their love for Stay. Who do you think will explode even bigger next year? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and activate the notification bell so you don't miss out on exclusive information and other in-depth stories about the world of K-pop, only on this channel. Thanks for watching, stay inspired, and see you in the next video. Stay tuned, stay stray, only on OT8 SKZ.